umenitoa kwa vitabu sijui. I still go to church. I still praise, I still worship, I still sing in church. So yeah.
So people talking of the MSANII group.
Yeah.
Are you still part of it? Ladies and gentlemen, it's once again a lovely afternoon right here at the North Coast restaurant, and today I'm sitting with, as of 2023, voted female artist of the year and one of the women ministers who is changing the music gospel industry in the country as of right now, who has an EP with the one and only Rose Muhando. DJ Kezz, how are you doing?
Fine, thank you. That was quite an introduction.
You know, I have to do my research. I have to do my research.
Wow, there you got me. Thank you so much for the wonderful introduction. It's good to see you.
It's good to see you again. Last time I saw you, we were at the Trace Awards, and since then you have been doing the most.
We gotta work hard, man. We are, even in this industry, Takamani ministry, we are doing the best that we can because we are representing the big God himself, you know. Yeah.
Do you believe, just speaking of ministry work, do you believe that gospel artists should work harder than secular artists?
Yes, I do believe so. We need to work harder because one, it is said that, I'll say it in Kiswahili, mavuno ni mengi, wavunaji ni wachache. One. And two, there was a time that the gospel industry here in Kenya was leading. There was a time where we felt most connected with God just as a country, because everywhere you turn you see gospel music just everywhere, on the streets, in the matatus, everywhere. We lost that somewhere along the way. We have to work hard to make sure we restore that, because we need a perfect balance to have Jesus in our lives, in our country. I think it's very important. So we gotta work extra hard, twice, thrice the amount of times. Yeah.
Where do you think we lost it? Where do you think this, just having gospel where it was, and even having just ministers of God really come into Kenya, where do you think we lost it?
I think one of the main things that I still makes me sad is because, unfortunately, even when we do gospel music, people forget that we are still human. And when a gospel artist falls, the judgment, the levels of repercussions that is given, even now it's worse because of social media, is heavier. And you see, unfortunately, at that point, especially time gospel industry was really big, was the time when Willie Paul and Bahati were in the Daddy Owen, DK Kwenye Beat. All these people were doing amazing work, and we forget that they're human as well. We are not easy to send that grace their way or to give them grace as even mistakes happen. So unfortunately, you'll find that gospel artists wanachoka na hiyo kuholdiwa at standards ya kimbingu. Unaholdiwa kama we ni Mungu. You can't be perfect, you know. So it needs for us as gospel artists to be okay with understanding that we are human. People knowing that even I will make a mistake at one point, and that they should not have those kind of expectations, other than the fact that to remember that Yesu ndio ametusimamia wote. If that would not have happened, if people would not have hit, hata wakati unaimba, una dance, unafanya nini, kama wangekuwa wanapigwa venye walikuwa wanapigwa, I believe these people, Willie Paul, Bahati, Masterpiece King, all these people who have left this gospel to go secular, I don't think they would have been there. No.
Just speaking of giving someone grace and just realizing that someone is also human despite being in ministry and being in the gospel industry, I was surprised to see that you actually did an EP with Rose Muhando following the scandal that she had in, I think it was December or late November, early December, with Ali Mukwana and all that went around it. How was it working with her, and maybe did you get any backlash for working with her?
Thankfully, or rather it happened that by the time this story came out, we had already done the project. You see, yes, last year I had a Tanzanian tour. I went there for a media tour and a church tour, and while I was there, we did what we did during that period. So even still, when the whole thing happened, Rose is a wonderful woman of God. She has the energy of, yani, it's unbelievable. She will draw you with her good vibes. She dances like there is no care in the world. She has a beautiful voice, and she's been here for a long time. So I'm sure she has gone through all of these challenges before. And that is one of the women who I aspire to be, because she has stood. This is not the first time challenges like that happen. If that case, if that thing happened, if what Ali Mukwana and Rose Muhando, the altercation they had, whichever side it was real, that's what I'm talking about. People will make mistakes, and we gotta give grace. Immediately talk about it, correct in a loving way, and then let it go. Forgive, move on.
Yeah. I think people forget that part of correcting in a lovely way, which actually the Bible says.
Yes.
Do you feel, recently we've seen a squabble with the Muslims, and they've chosen to take their problems outside of the media. Do you think that Christians should also take a page from their book and also do the same?
Well, to be honest, I think most of the time there are issues that it is important for us to have the media intervene if it will help push our voices louder, because issues like, say for example, what has happened recently with women being killed, if we don't put our hands together, the media involved, the artists involved, the public figures involved, then issues like that will be easily forgotten in the background. You see, but there are issues that I believe are not necessary to be broadcasted on the media. If you see somebody's marriage has fallen, and then now everybody is pushing to talk about how this happened and how that happened, that's crazy. No, give grace on the issues that are important, that should be pushed, that will help the society and people and change their lives. Please, let's all get in on it. But on the issues like the one I mentioned, nah man.
But coming just to social media, still being part of media, just putting yourself out there comes with a lot of people now forming their opinions about you. The same way I saw you on TikTok, and you had posted a video just practicing a song, and under that you came under fire, and I was just wondering, do you ever feel the urge to actually reply?
Yes. And that's exactly what I have done. Only I have done it the best way I know how to, which is musically. This final Say EP that I just released, I know we'll talk about it, was 100% motivated by all the hate, by all the negative comments, by all the people who were disapproving me and saying this girl is done just because I dance to the Lord, I dance to my gospel songs, you know. What I did is I reminded them that no human being can disqualify DJ Kezz. When God says, man, that DJ Kezz has a far and a long way to go, only God has the final say. So I want people to remember that. It's disheartening. Thank God He's given me a strong heart. Man, my skin is tough and I have learned the hard way. But if we did that to somebody who did not have the faith that I do, who did not believe in God the way I do, that person would not believe in God at all, because unfortunately we are the representation of God. So it was Christians bashing me for doing Christianity differently than they do. What is that? No.
And just listening to your EP, and even just trying to read into the lyrics, we can almost see your heart in the lyrics, if I can put it that way. Did it help?
It did. It did. The minute I went into the studio, I remember we were doing the song Final Say. Final Say is the song that I have done featuring Benachi, and oh, I love it. And I was talking about, it says, nilipoanguka uliniinua ukanisimamisha tena kwa upya, walionicheka nilipoanguka eti wakasema siwezi kusimama tena, wanashangaa ulivyonibariki, wamedua walionichata wamenyamaza, kuongea hawawezi, umewanyamazisha kwa hizi baraka zako. So
That's amazing.
I did that. And I cried.
Yeah.
Machozi yakanitoka. Kwa maana kweli walikuwa wamenicheka, wamesema huu dem ameisha. But every time God does something for me, I'm like, oh my God. Kidogo hiyo baraka inawanyamazisha.
Yes.
So the person who has the final say for my life is God, and that EP is the raw feelings of my heart and how I felt about this whole situation. And I hope if there's anyone out there who's going through the same thing, hata kama sio on social media bullying, I hope that you remember that God will prepare a table in front of your enemies for you. Yeah.
And also, there are those of the opinion now that, before I ask you that question, doing the music that you do, of course, from an Adventist background, the music is different.
Yes.
Did you expect some opposition the way you're getting it right now?
Yes. I know how I've been an Adventist. I've been born and raised in the Adventist church, and I know how we work. We are very stuck on our ways, right? We sing a certain way, we march, we don't even dance, it's called marching, we march a certain way. We most of the things we like to do them differently from how other people do it, you know. Only I think, and I have made this clear, and I hope people have listened, that I have not been called to serve or to minister to only Adventists, right? Yes, my music, you will listen to it, the message remains the same, a message that Adventists would listen to. But if I go to a Pentecostal church, and in this church they dance, expect DJ Kezz to dance with all her might. I will use every single talent presented to me in my hands for this ministry. So yes, I did expect that backlash, and I am using, and still, even with the backlash, I'm not stopping. No. And I still remain an Adventist, so, you know.
You still remain an Adventist?
I am an Adventist.
There are those who are of the opinion that you were excommunicated.
This was actually before. I was excommunicated when I was 17 years old.
But right now?
No.
You're still part of them.
Unless I don't know. Many talk of vitabu. I still go to church. I still praise. I still worship. I still sing in church. So yeah.
And when you go to church, are there people who come up to you and actually talk to you about your music? It's just mostly keyboard warriors?
No. Actually, the weirdest of things is that when I go to church, which I normally do every Saturday, I find people who are like, Kezz, we love what you're doing. Kezz, we love your music. So I don't know who these other people on social media are, because I have never been approached by one person who's told me, I don't like what you're doing.
In person?
In person.
Wow. Very interesting. That's very interesting, because I was reading through the comments and I'm seeing people going to the extent of saying that Adventist music is dead, and I was thinking to myself, I think if it was dead, it wouldn't die with Kezz.
No,
it wouldn't die with you. And also people talking of the MSANII group. Are you still part of it?
I am a member of MSANII, always will be. It's just I'm not an active member right now. I am what they call an associate member, because I have been pushing really hard. Like DJ Kezz is also a minister on her own, and we've been trying from doing the Tanzanian tour, studio, the whole of December, January, we've been pushing for this EP. It's been crazy, and on the other side it's also busy, but I am MSANII at heart always.
That's amazing to know. Will we see any projects with them anytime soon?
Oh man, if God allows me to do another song with them, yes. I think I'm an Adventist. I love Adventist music. I sing Adventist music. So these people, they sing amazing. So if God allows in the future, there will be.
And so far so good. You got 2 awards.
Yes.
Peeping through the end of last year. How did that feel like?
Crazy, man. I've been in this industry for 2 years now. Before that, I was just DJing for 3 years. So I am 4 years old in this gospel industry. 4 years as a DJ and 2 years as a singer. So these are things that when you look at, you see God. Ukifikiria DJ Kezz anaweza manage to do anything like this on her own, unakosea, because it is really, really not by my might. I got Breakthrough Artist of the Year 2022, and then I got Female Artist of the Year 2023. These are not
most voted
and most voted artists, most voted artists overall on the whole award. These are crazy things, man. You know, and these awards came at that time where I was being bashed. Man, the bullying online was crazy. So I was like, it was my stamp, like, Kezz, unaenda uko na blessing ya God. Yeah. So it humbles me, it blesses me, it motivates me to keep going more and more. Yeah.
And speaking of the bullying online, there's also some time that you switched off of social media.
Yeah.
And mostly when people switch off, they're going through something mentally.
Yeah.
As at least most of the people that I've talked to.
Yeah.
Was it the same for you?
Oh yeah, man. It was terrible to go on your page and comment after comment after comment is negative. People are going an extra mile of yani sending even death threats. It got that bad. Yes, because you have sung a song and you danced. It's absolutely crazy. So I was at that point where I'm like, people are saying, hey, Kezz amepotea, but mi niko hapa na nimesimama na niko. I'm like, what is happening? What's this craziness, you know? And it's not good for your mental health, such kind of negativity. I know myself, and I knew I was slowly going down a bad hole, a dark hole. So I told my team, you know what, I'm off social media, you guys take it over. This was the whole of December and the whole of January. I took a break, and I did what I do best. As I said, I took all that pain, I took all that negativity, and I went to the studio and I worked on music, and that healed me. By the time I'm coming back right now, whatever anybody says, it's like I have a bullet armor. It hits it and it just goes. Yeah. Inapita tu hapa inaenda huko, you know. So it's important for you to notice yourself when you're going through that. If you ever get to go through that point, ask for help. I have a wonderful support system. My whole family, my grandmother, my mother, my sisters, they all moved into my house so that they could help me, guide me, support me during that season. My mom literally just left this Sunday. But she's like, now she's good, I'll go back home. So it's wonderful to have that support system and to have gone through this with people who are guiding me and my team who are holding fort on the other side. I'm thankful.
It's amazing that you have a support system. People mostly need that. And we've also seen artists coming out with various problems. And at this point, we're seeing a lot of them coming to social media and saying, yes, guys, I used to have money, but right now I'm coming to you for help. And they're also getting bashed. So because we are mostly of the view that you're saying you have a lot of money, do you think it's just a case of people not managing their money properly? Or maybe the gospel industry, let's just say, hailipi venye tunaona?
To be honest, let me tell you one thing. And that's why we call it ministry, is because we are going to put more into it than it ever will give you back. Most of us most artists don't get to be A-list artists. We're getting endorsements and brand deals and whatnot, but we are still producing money. These people go into their pockets day in, day out to make sure that you give music. That is their contribution towards society. The people who are listeners, I feel it's very sad that when somebody comes out for help, that our first response is to bash them. I fight kwa hivyo. Despite, and I get it, not all of us are the same, but help should always be given. That's what God does for us. He gives us unlimited mercy, unlimited grace. Every day we sin, but we wake up in the morning like, grace is sufficient again today, grace is sufficient tomorrow. So our part is to make sure that those people who have sacrificed and given, that you may think it's little, it's a 3-minute song, man, but it has blessed you, it has changed your life. To give back, even if it's 500 shillings to support them. Maybe it's somebody who's lying sick in the hospital, who cannot pay their rent or whatever. Music, just give, just be kind. na watu wasichoke. That's our Kenyan spirit. Tunakuanga pamoja. Sisi for others. Sisi for sisi is what Eric Omondi has been doing. It's very important that we be there for other people. Yeah.
And of course, with the femicide issue in the country, there are those who are of the opinion of this particular women are putting themselves in danger, and there are those who are of the opinion that there is no justification for murder. Where do you stand?
There is none, absolutely no justification to murder someone, despite their gender, despite their social status, despite I don't know what limitation you want to put there. There is no justification for murder. There are women who've been killed in their matrimonial homes. There are children who have been killed. They did not go to clubs. They did not ask nobody for money. You cannot justify murder. You cannot justify rape. You cannot justify anything that has been happening in the country lately. And anybody who says otherwise, aenda sikize wimbo wa badilika kwa sababu ni wake. Unahitaji kubadilika. You gotta change your mindset. It is trashy to think like that. You gotta be a better person. Man, no justification. None.
Absolutely. And I agree. I understand.
Yeah.
I agree. So you also are social media, you're also partly a content creator, but you've also successfully put your private life on the side. And there are those guys who even after this interview, watauliza, is DJ Kezz engaged? Does she have a significant other? As in, what's going on? You know, it's February, kuna mtu anataka at least this Valentine's asibaki. 13 days to go. What is the plan?
Well, I don't know what the plan is. That's a very good comment. What is the plan? I don't know what the plan is. Maybe I'll go have a nice dinner. I'll treat myself to something nice. Yeah, but I take it. It's a very easy day for me.
It is?
Yeah.
You don't do anything?
I'll go to the spa. I'll spoil myself. Why not? You know. Mwambie mwili pole.
And also, if he comes around, does he have to be an Adventist?
No, he has to be a man after God's own heart. You gotta seek God as much as not even as I do. You gotta seek God so much for your own self, because you know, if somebody is not able to love God, I don't think they are able to love you. Not in the way that God loves, because if he loves God, then there is a way he loves, and I think it's very important. That is for me. Najua watu wengine wanataka vitu zingine, but mimi connection yako na God lazima ikuwe top tier. Yeah.
And as we finish, we have seen the song with Benachi, we have seen the song with Rose. What next?
We have also seen, there's also, man, this final Say EP is packed. There is another song called Nipange that I have done featuring Wekatik, Timeless Noel Jabidi, Didi Man. Yes. Yes, and I have 4 more singles. So it's a package of 7 coming together. It's wonderful. There's a song called Huyu Mungu. There's a song called Irin Baba, which is a Kalenjin word. There is a song called Kikombe. You should go listen to it. It's very nice. There's a song called Hold My Hand. So all these songs we are hoping to give to people at least every 2 or 3 weeks. So we're going to release a nice one nice tune out there. But now it is the time to that's what I'm trying to do. Take Kenyan music, Kenyan gospel music international. Yes. So this March we will be doing a tour in Uganda. We have done Tanzania. We are going to Uganda as we broaden the spectrum, as we broaden this message ifikie far and wide. But in the meantime, hapa nyumbani tuna make sure kwanza tumebadilisha. Yes.
Amazing.
Yes.
And I've seen you get a lot of love from Uganda, by the way, in the comments.
Yes. A lot of love from Uganda. These people, good peeps. Good
vibes. Yeah. Also, Sasa, this is the absolute end. Do you have a word maybe for your fans?
Yeah. God loves you. God has a purpose specifically for you. I am so happy that I got to do this EP to be able to help somebody who may be navigating something that I went through myself. So if you're having a hard time, if you are questioning yourself, if you are feeling like you need, like there are some, kuna madhambi zimekushikilia nyuma kidogo, all you gotta do is allow God in your life and He will transform it. He will transform you and He will make you wonderful. Mimi nawapenda. Go listen to the music. May it bless you. I have more coming. Let's keep supporting Kenyan music to get to the place where it once was and even further. Yeah.
Amazing. Thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you for having me. It was wonderful. It's always wonderful with you.